Welcome to another edition of Witchy Workouts with Dr. MLE Beach Witch. I'm broadcasting to you live from Patriot Pier at Siesta Key, my favorite beach and voted #1 in North America by readers of USA Today, most likely due to the sugar fine, very magical 99% quartz sand. So today's witchy workout is called Welcome to Big Momma Magic, a tarot prescription for the cold moon in Cancer. The cold or full moon in Cancer is rolling in around 7:33 p.m. Eastern tonight. So this spell is designed to celebrate this very auspicious, sweet, yummy, abundant, powerful astrological moment. However, you can do this heart-opening witchy workout anytime. Really anytime ever, but ideally the last week of December as you gain momentum and gather focus for the new year, in which there will be no full moons in Cancer. This is our last one for a while, so we got to make the most of it, beloveds. You will need a notebook, something to write with, the Moon and the Devil tarot cards. So I am using intentionally 2 decks that are like a power clash. So I've got the Moon from the Gentle Tarot and then the Moon from the Garbage Pail Tarot. I like this power clash because that is exactly what's happening in this abundant, auspicious astrological moment. Capricorn and Cancer are having a power clash. So again, you might want to get cards from 2 decks that afford a really delightful power clash. Okay, so again, you need the Moon and the Devil cards. The Moon because the Moon is associated with Cancer, and the Devil because the Devil is associated with Capricorn. All right, you'll also need 2 dimes, a special pair of shoes. I've got my glittery Dorothy and Oz Birkenstock, which I bought at a shop in the Siesta Key Village. So 2 dimes, a special pair of shoes that you love and want to wear for, say, the next 6 days, a delicious beverage, an optional candle, and ideally this is a birthday candle. So something that's going to really pack your writing this spell into a right now time frame. Okay. So you need about 30 minutes, 24 of which you'll spend writing. This way you can jolt yourself into poems, stories, essays, all kinds of magical writing that you didn't know you had inside you. All right, so get yourself set up, put this video on pause as needed, something to write on, something to write with, a magical pair of shoes, 2 dimes, 1 candle, probably a lighter to go with that candle, something sweet to eat, and the Moon and the Devil tarot cards. Once you've collected all of that, please sit down, get yourself comfortable, close your eyes or soften your gaze, and tune into the spirit of the spell. Start to warm up your imagination by listening to this brief meditation on the full moon in Cancer on December 26th, 2023. As queer astrologer Chani Nicholas helpfully reminds us, Cancer is the loving parent and the infant. To learn to nurture and nourish ourselves without expecting others to do so is Cancer's greatest calling. There is no greater force of love in the universe than a contented, self-assured, and confident Cancer. What we have can become what we need when we choose it and our own well-being. Again, what we have can become what we need when we choose it and our own well-being. This is called Big Momma Magic. The true lesson of Big Momma Magic is that in order to evolve, we must look back with gratitude and ahead with fortitude. We have to parent our own selves. Whatever happened in the past happened, and it's up to us to meet our own needs. Because it shines down on us in Capricorn, the cold or full moon in Cancer presents us with a celestial fork in the road. Unconditional love versus uncompromising boundaries. Cosmic Mother versus Celestial Father. Following your heart and your intuition versus following your head and your intellect. Compassion versus pragmatism. Internal self versus external self. These are all Cancer, Capricorn dichotomies. Crab, mountain goat. These choices are never straightforward, and because the moon is Cancer's ruling planet, this full moon makes these choices even more potent, forcing you to create space for change. Let's do that together, like witches and poets do. Put on your special pair of shoes. Open to 2 new pages in your notebook. On both of these pages, I would like for you to draw a big X all the way across the page. So you're dividing the page into 4 quarters. You can write through and around these X'd out quarters however you like. The idea behind the X is to disrupt any linear thought patterns that you might find yourself falling into. Then I want you to get out the moon and place the moon above or fix it onto the verso, the left-hand side, right? The left piece of paper. Repeat with the devil, so place it above, to the side, or somehow affix it to the recto or the right hand page in your notebook. Get out your dimes, and these can be other coins. I like dimes. We place a dime head side up on the recto or the left side, and tail side up. Sorry, the verso or the left-hand page, heads side up, and then the recto or the right-hand page, tails side up. Why are we doing this? Of course, I have some magical answers. The left side of the body is associated with receiving consciousness and awareness. The right side of the body is associated with giving and is where power and strength reside. Dimes are small and dainty. They used to have Mercury on the face and once upon a time were made of silver, evoking the moon. Dimes represent the imaginal possibilities of the psyche's treasuring and the ways desire and fear direct our tendencies to save, spend, and squander. All right, so you got your notebook set up. New 2-page spread, enormous X on each page, moon, heads up dime on the left, devil, tails up dime on the right. If you have a candle, light it. We're heading into 6 3-minute writing sprints. In these writing sprints, I invite you to write wildly, like a child, as fast as you can, not worrying about grammar, punctuation, sentences, fully formed thought. The idea here is to outrun your internal editor and start to really trust yourself in the writing sprint, so that you can arrive at that moment, that magical moment where all self-doubt, worry, and lack of self-confidence fall away. This is where, as queer poet and somatic practitioner C.A. Conrad explains, we can cruise into the previously unimagined magical writing we had concealed from ourselves. So I'll keep track of time for us, and I'll ring the bell when it's time to move on to call you back. So these first 4 writing sprints are inspired by Sarah Faith Gottesdiener's Many Moons Lunar Planner, which is excellent, and I suggest you all track down and purchase. So first sprint, let's give something, right? We need to give before we can receive. So on the right-hand page, I want you to meditate on this statement. Every day, I become more and more the person I was never allowed to be. Every day, I become more and more the person I was never allowed to be. List all the people you were never allowed to be. So we're gonna give that away, right? We're gonna let go of all the people we were never allowed to be. So however you want to go about that prompt, once your imagination starts firing, don't look back. I won't do this with the other writing sprints, but I did want to share what came up for me because it was unexpected. I found that I was struggling with the prompt, that I had to keep reminding myself the person I was never allowed to be, that's what I was letting go of because I kept doing something else. And at a certain point, you know, I stopped worrying, as I advised you, about getting it wrong. And I was just like, what's here? What's the friction? You know, what's my imagination shining a light on? And what I came up was this, like, was never allowed to be, right? The kind of like passive voice there versus the people I didn't allow myself to be, the active voice. And I started to ask myself, how much of my self-conception is externalized, how much internalized? At a certain point, can you even separate them, you know, from each other? And I started to have this vision of a banyan, one of my favorite banyan trees at an art museum here in Sarasota, this banyan tree has engulfed a statue of a cherub. And so they really are, like, you could no longer untangle one from the other, or you would have to do, you know, serious violence to probably both the tree and the statue. So once I started, you know, heading in that direction, I was like, ooh, okay, like, I'm curious. I don't know where this is headed, but I'm just going to keep sprinting until I myself call time. All right, so turn to the left-hand page. The prompt: every day I become closer and closer to the person I needed when I was young. Again, every day I become closer and closer to the person I needed when I was young. So the idea here, right, the left-hand page is for receiving, is to invite in all the people that you needed when you were young. And again, let your mind go where it wants. You have 3 minutes to sprint. turn back to the right-hand page. Consider the statement, I vow to let the world, you know what? I'm going to flip this. Let's start on the left-hand page. Meditate on this statement. Even and especially if it makes you feel itchy, if you feel some friction, if you have like an instinct to disagree with it or want to modify or change it, like listen to that, right? Some of our most profound creative work happens when we push against something, right? Or even better, when we simultaneously lean into and push against it. So you might both lean into and push against this phrase. Again, left-hand side of the page. I vow to experience as much of the splendor of the world as I can. Again, I vow to experience as much of the splendor of the world as I can. So again, list all of the ways you can receive the splendor of the world. Ways that you're already doing it, that you might plan or resolve to do it in the new year. You've got 3 minutes. Let's sprint. Now, turn to the right-hand page and meditate on this statement. I vow to let the world experience me at my most splendid. I vow to let the world experience me at my most splendid. So this is what you are giving, what you are gifting. List all of the ways you can give or gift your splendor to the world. 3 minutes. 2 sprints to go. So your imagination is warm, you're feeling confident. Like an athlete, you can visualize that finish line, and like an athlete, dig even deeper. Put even more of your heart into it because you can see that finish line. So the last 2 writing sprints are inspired by the tarot cards of the day, the Moon for Cancer and the Devil for Capricorn. So let's start with the left-hand page. The forgiveness you want to receive. List everything you want or need to forgive yourself for. Again, everything you want, need to forgive yourself for. 3 minutes. Our last writing sprint for today's session, turn back to the right-hand page. The forgiveness you want to give. List everything you want, need to forgive other people, the world, systems, institutions. This is forgiveness that we are giving out, that we are externalizing. So I found that I struggled with the things I needed to forgive myself for, or I want to forgive myself for. Not because I don't have plenty to forgive myself for, but it just, I don't know, my mind didn't want to go there or prioritize that. So it wasn't until I did this last prompt and I started to list, externalizing people, institutions, ideas that I was sending out forgiveness towards, I started to realize also what I wanted to forgive myself for, and also had this this aha moment, right, in terms of why I struggled with that prompt. So the first thing I wrote down for forgiveness I want to extend to the world is all the people, institutions who've bullied me in the last year. And so then I flipped back over to the left-hand page and I wrote, oh yes, I want to forgive myself for being the kind of person who gets bullied still. Again, so I'm sharing that to model, right, the kinds of aha moments that can arise and the importance of capturing them, writing them down for yourself so you can come back to them later, because we are done writing for now. You've got lots of sparks, lots of live wires on these 2 pages. For now, we're going to close out today's session, and I'm going to end with some homework. That's right, more homework. Okay, so you've got in your notebook the seeds, right, of at least one next great poem, story, essay. As you grow those seeds, it's important to follow through. So I promise you that these next steps are worth it, even and especially if they take you off the page into quote-unquote real life. So if you still have your candle like I do, I just wasn't able to light it here at the beach, you could light it and put it in the suite that you brought with you. It's always a good idea to ground yourself after one of these witchy workouts by treating yourself to some nourishment. So you can, if you'd like, light your candle, put it in your sweet, and then proceed to eat it, or simply eat the sweet. You could hang on to the candle and use it later, which is what I'm going to do. My candle, is supercharged now, and I'm going to keep charging it. And then, when spirit invites me, I will incorporate it into another workout. All right. So that said, feel free to eat your sweet as I give you these departing instructions. Put the left dime, right, the heads up dime in your left shoe. Put the right dime, the tails up dime, in your right shoe. And I want you to walk around in these shoes for, say like the next 6 days or so, ostensibly as a bridge from one year to the next. Every time you wear these shoes from this moment forward, each step you take with your left foot will bring love, riches, joy, abundance. Each step you take with your right foot will send love, riches, joy, and abundance out to others, while also guarding and protecting you from those who do not deserve your gifts. Walk with your dimes in your shoes across the bridge between the ears so you can feel the coins bringing your awareness back to your intention. During this time, choose to reach out to the people you love and value in a way that is truly generous and celebratory. Pay attention to your dreams and any psychic information that comes up. Listen to your subconscious and see what it has to say. And, of course, take notes. Once we've bridged into the new year, travel, ideally on foot or by bicycle, to a fountain, a bird bath, or some other special body of water. Silently or out loud, read this self-affirming statement, which, yes, I will make available to you to actually read on your screen or print out and read. So this self-affirming statement includes 11 affirmations, I guess I would say. So once you arrive at your fountain, silently or out loud, read this statement. I forgive you for acting like you've never met yourself. I forgive you for sweating in the pursuit of importance, of acceptance. I forgive you for growing spikes when ashamed. I forgive you your stubbornness. I forgive you for being more willing to die than fight for all the defeats you've stacked up inside. I forgive you for how tired you are. I forgive you for not knowing better. I forgive you for knowing better and not yet being able to do better. I forgive you for hiding and running, for the suffocating disguises, for the secrets you still keep from you, for the times you unbecame yourself for someone else, a partner, a parent, because you were trying to become real, desirable, ashamed to lose. I forgive you for the size of your love you needn't repent. I forgive you for the hands, they weren't even yours. I forgive you for believing in anything that called you forbidden, for kneeling before whatever tagged you a sin. I forgive you for deceiving your head, for thinking the lie made you matter, more solid, more indestructible. I forgive you for breaking your heart, for lashing out, for falling apart, for losing your mind. You are here now. Let this matter more. You are here now. Let this matter more. Hurl the dimes from your shoes into the fountain, bird bath, special body of water. Then get as close to the water as you can. Look down. Who do you see? Take a good, close, intimate glimpse. Now, walk away without looking back. This way, you can show up in 2024 with a full cup. That's all for now, folks. Thanks for joining me for this special Big Momma Magic Full Moon in Cancer edition of Witchy Workouts by Dr. MLE Beach Witch. Please stay in touch, and I will see y'all one way or another soon.